Good morning. Welcome to our episode 53 of our Book Day with You session, the best book recommend to you. And today we have this book. It's called Yes to Life in Despite of Everything by Viktor Frankl. And today, and as you all know that Viktor Frankl wrote this book is called Man's Search for Meaning, right? And this book, I took 2 years, the entire 2 years to finish that. So this is another book that we're going to have a very deep discussion today. Let's go.
Yes, hi everyone. So today we are going for a trick. So Viktor Frankl written this book based on the basis of his lecturer. He's a lecturer in university. When Frankl presented this in 1946, so 9 months after he is released from the Auschwitz camp, the death camp. There are 3 lectures that he is presenting at that time to show that people can still, despite hardship and death, which is the first lecture, is suffering of physical or mental illness, the second lecture, or under the fate of the concentration camp, the third lecture, say yes to life in spite of everything. So I'm going to a little bit deeper than the previous book, The Man's Search for Meaning. So what we know is actually Frankl passed away in 1997, and his contribution to this world is actually about two theories, what he left to this world. So the first one is about logotherapy. Logotherapy actually is one of the things in the psychotherapy about how to treat psychological problems by helping people find meanings in their life. Rather than just, according to the book, rather than just seeking happiness, he proposed we can seek a sense of purpose that life offers us. Now, happiness in itself does not qualify as a purpose. Pleasure does not give our life meaning. Okay.
That's always we talk about happiness, right? I remember there's one time when we have function. There's one time I have function is under Lenin Penang. And during the session, you ask the participants, what do you want in your life? And I found that there is these 2 H that the participant love and mention a lot of times. That's why when it comes to this first H is happiness. The second H is healthy. They say, I want a happy and healthy life. In fact, when we talk about happiness, that is always not the goal. According to Viktor Frankl in this book, Yes to Life, it is always
an outcome, I think.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's more on an outcome that you do every single day. It's like, I remember my mentor also mentioned about this before. It's like when you live your day, when you design your day well, you design your week well. When you design your week well, you design your month well. And when you design your month well, you're going to have a good year and good life, definitely, right?
Yeah.
So that's one of the
I think it's so important. People should not just say that they want to seek happiness, but rather, you do something that bring you happiness. So like for us, we do this book session because we want to inspire people. After, when we manage to inspire people, we become happy. So we just don't say that, we just want to seek happiness. We seek to inspire people.
Yes, agree so much.
So maybe I go to the second theory. So the second contribution that Frankl brings to this book is about existential therapy. So what is this about? It's about if we can't change our fate, at least we can accept it, adapt it, and possibly undergo inner growth even in the midst of troubles. So either we change our fate, if possible. If not, we should willingly accept it if necessary. I think a lot of people think that they are, the master of the destiny. People say I don't believe in fate, but think about it. Fate is really a part of our life, you know. And according to the book, faith is part of our life, so is suffering. Therefore, if life has meaning, suffering also has meaning.
Yes, we talk a lot of things about suffering. I just want to link it a little bit of example of my little experience because me myself involved in palliative care that help to I learned about that and about helping the terminally ill patients when they are in the I would say that the almost the end of their life. And I found that is this when they are sick, they are suffer a lot in the physical and also the mental. So when we talk about this, it means that a lot of time we cannot go and judge the meaning of someone's life. There is always some meaning in their life. It's like every one of us, we have some meaning in our life. So when it comes to suffer that time, no one has the right to judge another person's life as meaningless or deem another as unworthy of the right to life. This is the sentence right by Viktor Frankl in the book, which I feel like this is so true. When I experience some of the cases of some of the experience I've had in my life with people that is before they passed away. So
Yeah, I think the book actually, the second section of the book talk a lot about terminal illness. So
Yeah.
think that a lot of people have terminal illness or incurable illness, and people will say that your life has no meaning. Why you want to continue living? And what I think is the book still say that you still can contribute even though you have terminal illness. What you can contribute is, according to the book, you can maybe contribute to the scientific research, like giving yourself as a research, so that after your life you can help the people with the same condition. If you think about it, after your life you can help someone. This is something that you can live after your death. The second thing is, I think, if you are in terminal illness, what you can show is you can show people the strength of how you can survive, how you can sustain and still find some meaning. You will inspire a lot of people that have having the same issue. I think this
Yeah,
is what say find meaning in spite of
it is. You remind me about my uncle.
yeah.
I my uncle he passed away in 2018. So he is a cancer patient that survived 12 years before he passed away, and he's a very strong man in the way of mentally. He has the willpower that he want to continue to live, and he fight until the last moment of his life. And I'm the one that helping also to take care of him the day when even until the day he passed away. So I remember the day morning I still feed him some something to eat because he want to he has this willpower. He want to live, so he know that he want to eat something. It's not because of he has appetite. It just happened to be he feel like he want to live in this world. And at night he passed away on the day, and he donate his body for research purposes. As like Gideon mentioned, even after we passed away, we actually can choose a different way to contribute to the world. He chose to donate his body to let the students, medical students, to do the research on the body and also his cancer situations. So that's how I see how he can contribute even though he passed away. And he is traditional medical sensei, and before he passed away, he actually left down a lot of legacy in terms of some of the medical herbs, plants that he knows so much, and he compiled into not a book, but it's a pile of the how I say information that he put right there. So for those people that need that, they can go back to refer. So it's something I got inspired so much by him to think about what we can do, what is the meaning, what is the things that we can even contribute after the life. So like people donate their organs.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is also one of the way that I see
It's so meaningful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, we're just a drop in the universe, but, if we can contribute after our life, it means a lot.
Yeah.
The next one actually touched me a lot. So I quote the book. The questions can no longer be what I can expect from life, but can only be what does life expect of me? What task in life is waiting for me? It is not we who are permitted to ask about the meaning of life. It is life that asks us the questions, direct question at us. We are the one who need to answer. We are the one who must answer, must give answer to the constant hourly question of life, to the essential of life questions. So living itself means nothing other than being questions. Our whole act of being is nothing more than responding to or being responsible towards life. So I think it is so good, mention about this. I think a lot of people say that they keep asking, what should I expect from life, or what should I do? But you really think about it, a lot of things is happening to you. Is happening, and I think most of the time it's happening that you cannot control. It's happening to you, and they're waiting for you. Life is waiting for you to respond. And how you respond, you can make a decision. You have the freedom to make a decision. You have the opportunity to make a decision.
That's why when we discuss about this topic, right? Every one of us experience one thing in common. That's COVID, right? The COVID-19 pandemic has really hit us. So when Gideon just now mentioned about this one is like, what does life expect of me? And the second question is, what task in life is waiting for me? So I relate this into COVID-19 as I can see, because every one of us are affected, right? So what does life expect of you in this pandemic? What do you do to help the society, help your family, even to helping yourself? So what is the task that's waiting for you? I'm not sure about you, but I myself do a few things. For example, what I do for myself and my family members is first is definitely, I always talk about immune system. The only one that can protect you from COVID-19 is your own immune system. It's the best ever things that you can do for yourself is to optimize your immune system, right? How you take care of yourself physically and mentally, it does help you to really help to optimize your immune system to the optimum level that you can do for yourself. And also your family members. How do you bring the positivity despite all the suffering or challenges, uncertainty that happen right now? We all have right now, right? During this COVID-19 pandemic. So what I do to help them to really bring a little more positivity, positive vibes in every single day, it does help. And also what I bring to the society public is that you all know we are having the book day session. I have my wellness masterclass, wellness inner circle. This is something I want to contribute to the society. Is like, what task in life is waiting for me to bring out to the world, to bring out to the community? This is exactly what I think I want to do right now. So it's like how we react, how we respond is important in this. As what Viktor Frankl shared with us is like, we are the ones who must give answer to the constant hourly question of life, to the essential of life questions. Okay, let's move on.
Next one also, is so good. So I quote the book. If we now summarize what we say about the meaning of life, we can life itself means being questions, means answer. Each person must be responsible for his own existence. Life no longer appears to us as a given, but something give over to us. It is a task in every moment. Life is not something. It is the opportunity for something.
Yes.
It's so nice. So life is the opportunity for something. So when I see this sentence, it changed my life actually after this. I always think that now every moment is opportunity. Of course, you can only make one decision at one moment, but it's opportunity. So think about it. If we are born in a poverty family, you have opportunity to change it. If you are born having disease or something that not right with your physical, you have opportunity to show the world that you can still contribute despite of what happened to you physically. And if you has been treated unfairly in this world, it is opportunity for you, to show the rightness of the world. If someone have did wrong to you, so you have this life of opportunity to make this correct again. So I think once we think this, of course, it may not be bringing the result every time, but at least it is the opportunity for you to do something.
Yes.
This lifetime.
Yes. That's why the title of this book is called Yes to Life. And I remember, Gideon, you shared with me before, this book, Yes to Life, is because based on one of the songs that they sing in the concentration camp, right?
Yeah, so the camp guard forced the people there to at least to still sing a song when they're already very tired. They don't have energy to walk, but the guard still force them to sing songs. So they sing something. The song is like this. This is part of the lyrics. Say yes in spite of everything. Of course, the guard didn't know the language that they're singing, so they sing this. If they know, they will be killed. So yeah. So they sing this to motivate themselves. Yeah.
It's never been easy. For those of you that know about Viktor Frankl, the book, whether Men Search for Meaning or this book, Yes to Life, he mentioned a lot on the incidents that happened in the concentration camp.
Yeah.
So how they actually, what is the experience that they experienced through. And it's definitely so heartbroken to continue the book to read. Sometimes one page after another is like, oh.
Yeah, this book actually is not thick. It's 170 pages, but I use about two weeks to read. I read very fast, but in 170 pages, I use 2 weeks to read. So it's very painful to read. Okay.
You used 2 weeks, I will use 2 years.
I think
oh my goodness. I remember the Man Search for Meaning, I took 2 years. Yes. It's such a thin book, 100 over pages. I think 100 below 150. I remember the book is very thin, a very thin book. I feel so hard to continue the book every single time. I read the one page, I cry, and oh my goodness, I cry a lot. And I say, okay. Then I remember the book. You actually read part of the book in the hospital as well.
Yeah, it's very meaningful to read in the hospital.
Any one of you may encounter the moment that you accompany someone to the hospital, or visit someone in the hospital, or you are in the hospital. This is the book that really can accompany you from the ups and downs in your life. And so we have some more to share before we end the session. Let's go.
Yeah. So the next part is I want to share is about what he's talking about. Get the fulfillment of meaning. So according to the book, the fulfillment of meaning is possible in three main directions. You can do 3 things. The human beings are being able to give meaning to their existence. Firstly, by doing something, by action, by creating, by bringing a work into being. So this is the first thing. The secondly is by experiencing something. So you might be experiencing nature, art, loving people. And thirdly is by how we adapt to the limitation of their possibilities, how we adapt to the limitation, react toward it, and how we accept the fate.
I got one example to share from just now. What you didn't share is how we adapt to the limitation and create a possibility, right? So in life, you see, there's actually people that born without the limbs, I mean, without the hands and also the leg. And it can be a real challenging way, or some people are born with certain disease, for example, like heart disease or any genetically, chronic disease that they need to carry on, with when they grow up. And this kind of people, you see, they never give up. There is so many great examples in the world. Some of you may know them. Exactly, like they never give up, they continue to grow, and they continue to live stronger and stronger every single day. So it's like then this is their limitation, and they turn this limitation into the possibilities that they can do, that they accept the fate that they are born without the limbs, they are born with the disease. But anyhow, is they want to stay healthier and they keep on, they keep going despite of everything that happened in their life, as they already accept this as a fate. Because sometimes we cannot change things, like if we are born with this is some of the example that I can think of. Some of things we can't change, but we can turn that limitation to a possibility to even grow ourselves and become stronger and become wiser from there. And you experience the fulfillment that Viktor Frankl mentioned so much on here. Yeah.
So the last part I want to share is, in spite of everything, no human suffering can be compared to anyone else, because it is part of nature of suffering. It is the suffering of a particular person that he or her own suffering that is dependent solely on the sufferer, that is on the person. So therefore, it would be pointless here to speak about the differences in the magnitude of suffering. But a difference that truly matters is that between meaningful and meaningless suffering.
Yes. Because a lot of time, people tends to compare. Do you suffer more or I suffer more? No.
It's like, no, I suffer this so much. Your suffer is so little. And me.
No comparison.
Yeah.
So it's like we can't compare the magnitude, how people experience the challenge, the suffer, right? So it's just like when we have discussion, we talk about this, is like having more empathetic heart to understand each other rather than go and compare what each other experience.
The suffering is so real, so real to each person. So it's little or big is on the sufferer. It's not for you to compare.
Yes. That's why I say that this book, this message from Viktor Frankl is so important for us to really grab hold on things that, when you have some life challenges that happen. And definitely this book has really enlightened us about life is not something, it's the opportunity for something. So, Gideon, you have anything to add on before we end the session?
There's so much good thing in this book, although it's very thin. This is so much I can share, and I hope that if any one of you are in suffering stage now, I hope that this book, what we share, can give you a little, strength that you have the opportunity to change it, to want to be better.
Yes to life. I say so many times. Yes, I say, go back to the title. Yes to life. So lovely. So let us know What is your biggest takeaway from what we shared today? Let us know in the comment. And I really hope to read some of your comments. And great, we'll see you next round. Bye-bye.